The courtroom was filled to capacity, with not a single seat unoccupied, while journalists clustered in every nook, their cameras focused and fingers poised to start recording. The tension was palpable, creeping up the walls, as each whisper reverberated like a shout and every movement drew eyes. This day wasn't just any routine hearing, it was the pivotal moment in Sean Diddy Combs' trial that had already caused a stir. However, no one could have foreseen the dramatic turn that was about to unfold. The judge leaned forward slightly, gave a subtle nod, and delivered words that struck like a bombshell.
How can you support your father? How do you support him moving forward?
A silence enveloped the room as the judge revealed a newly discovered piece of evidence, an audio clip. Yet, this wasn't just any recording. It was the chilling voice of Diddy's own son, Christian Combs. The mere mention of his name reverberated through the courtroom like a bolt of lightning. The atmosphere shifted dramatically. Some attendees audibly gasped, while others sat motionless in shock. Diddy, who had been casually flipping through his notes, looked up slowly in apparent disbelief. His expression shifted as he blinked once, then twice, before remaining motionless, his face drained of color. The audio began to play.
Major developments tonight involving the case against Sean Diddy Combs, what he decided in court today, and what this now means, the move coming just 4 days before his trial is set to begin. Here's Aaron Katursky.
Christian's voice cut through the silence, clear and composed, weaving a chilling narrative that was both calm and detailed. He didn't shout or shed tears, just laid bare the realities inside Diddy's residences. The opulent soirees, the exclusive guest lists, the clandestine private flights, and even more sinister deeds. He alluded to people being silenced with money, and if that wasn't shocking enough, Christian's tone conveyed certainty, as if he had witnessed it all firsthand. Initially, Diddy remained unmoved, frozen in place. He reached for his glass of water, took a deliberate sip, and stared intently at the table, as if wishing to vanish into it. Yet, as the revelations continued and the pile of secrets grew, his composure began to erode. His hands shook, his jaw tightened, and his eyes, narrowing, began to flash with a slow-burning fury.
And when the judge did, Diddy, who was sitting at the defense table with his attorneys, did not show any signs of emotion. He took a sip of water before he was led out of the courtroom by the U.S. Marshals. Now, his lawyers have vowed to fight this. They are going to be back in court on Wednesday before the judge who will oversee this trial and try to get Diddy to be released.
And then he lost it without warning. Diddy was on his feet, screaming at the top of his voice, "This is a setup!" He violently jabbed a finger at the speakers, declaring, "That's my son. He's lying. It's all lies." The courtroom erupted as if fireworks had been set off, with reporters dropping their pens and furiously typing away. The judge hammered the gavel once, twice, but Diddy refused to relent, shouting over everyone, accusing people of treachery, of setting him up, of distorting the truth. U.S. Marshals hurried over and had to physically escort him out of the courtroom. Cameras flashed, phones buzzed, and in that instant, the man known for power, control, and composure became the epicenter of a courtroom spectacle, a scene that would be unforgettable for anyone who witnessed it. Outside, it was pandemonium. Social media erupted within minutes, with hashtags like Diddy Breakdown, Christian Speaks, and Father of a Son quickly climbing to the top of Twitter's trending list. Fans found themselves fiercely divided. Some admired Christian for his bravery in telling the truth, regardless of the consequences, while others condemned him online, calling him disloyal, a snake, a sellout. Christian, however, stayed silent. Meanwhile, back in legal circles, sources confirmed what many had dreaded, that audio clip was merely the beginning. More recordings might be out there, more evidence might emerge, and worst of all, more family members might be dragged into this legal battlefield. This wasn't just a courtroom drama anymore. It was a full-blown family conflict. Now everyone's buzzing with curiosity. Did Christian share the audio to safeguard himself? Was he under pressure or tempted with a deal? Or perhaps he just hit his limit and decided he couldn't live with the deceit any longer. Whatever the reason, the fallout was explosive. Diddy's legal crew frantically worked to manage the crisis. One of his lawyers stepped up and delivered a short but intensely emotional statement, declaring that Diddy wasn't merely entangled in a courtroom fight. He was confronting something even more devastating: a son rejecting his father.
Mr. Combs feels A, he's innocent, which is why he's not going to plead guilty. B, he's going to be truthful about this case because he wants to portray that to the people who have loved him his whole life. And I think he also feels an obligation to people in general. Maybe it's black people, maybe it's white people, maybe it's anybody who's ever felt aggrieved and targeted by the government. He feels an obligation to those people to say, you know what, maybe I can break the model. Maybe I can show the world that a black man can win, in federal court. And I think he probably is the only person I know of who might be able to actually accomplish.
Yet beyond the courthouse, public sentiment was skeptical. Onlookers ranged from furious to heartbroken, but the majority were simply in shock. No matter where you stood, this situation was chaotic, devastating, and genuine, with much still unresolved.
Hearing before Sean Combs' trial starts, when he walked into federal court today, he appeared to be looking for his family. They've pretty much been at all of the hearings that I've been to, but there was no presence of his sons or his mother or his sister who had previously been at.
For the first time since the trial started, people noticed an unusual absence that day. None of Diddy's family was present. Not his sons, not his mother, not his sister. The seats that once held his supporters were now empty. Could this be the final fracture in what once seemed unbreakable? When Diddy listened to that recording, it wasn't just his son's voice coming through the speakers. It was the sound of everything he had created: his name, his brand, his legacy, crumbling before the eyes of the world. The music mogul who once dominated the charts was now unraveling. So, the burning questions are: can he bounce back? Will Christian take the stand again? What further revelations lie hidden? Because this trial transcends mere guilt or innocence now, it delves into themes of betrayal, legacy, and a family in disarray. And believe me, this saga is just getting started.